Hi everyone, let's try a short sequence for our legs. I'm going to give you a whole bunch of ideas of different basic things you can do to strengthen your legs at home. And I won't do all the reps with you, so there'll be different variations for you to try out with this. Remember that we usually want to work our endurance a little bit before we work our strength. So I do have some weights here, and you could use weights for most of these exercises if you want to add a little bit of a strength element and add a little bit of extra resistance. But for now, most of these will be body weight exercises. And let's try to go for about 3 sets of 15 of most of these things, with the exception of the very first one. Let me give you one of my favorite leg strengthening exercises. This is a wall seat. So come up against a wall, walk your feet out, and slide your hips down. There you go. All right, trying to have a 90-degree angle at the hips and at the knees. And neutral posture. Breathe. And maybe check, just count 1, 1,000, 2, 1,000. See how long you can go before your legs start to scream and burn. And once they start to scream and burn, you can hold on, either slide down the wall and then come up, or just push yourself back up off the wall. See if you can work yourself up to at least 30 seconds. That might not be possible the first time you try it, but if you do it often enough, you'll get stronger fast. One of the basic and most important leg exercises that you can do is a squat. So what is a squat? A lot of people have the mistaken impression that a squat is a knee flexion exercise. And yes, the knee does bend in the squat, but it's primarily a hip flexion exercise. So, standing tall in a neutral posture, you can take your legs either hip width or even a little further apart, and think of your legs being like posts and screw them outwards, like you wanted to take those posts and just go outwards a little bit. You'll notice that would have fired up your glutes a little bit. And from here, imagine there's a chair behind you, and you're going to counterbalance that with your arms in front to start. So here we go. We inhale, sit down on that chair, and then exhale, come back up. Try it again. Inhale, come down, and exhale, come back up. It's very important to keep your heels well grounded. If you start to come forward into the front of the feet, and if you lift your heels up, then you're compromising the stability of your knees, and they'll let you know. So really, really important to keep the heels down. And then from there, we can add all kinds of variations. We can add extra arms, or we could add extra resistance. Arms at your side. Here we go. There's a basic squat. All right, so those are great. I encourage you to do them as often as possible. They're very functional. If you think of everyday life, you want to be able to continue sitting down and standing up easily, which doesn't just mean off chairs and couches, but up and down from toilet seats as well. Into your car, out of your car. There's so many different ways we have to do that. And once we start to lose that mobility, everything else starts to get weaker. So these are really, really important exercises. Lunges or split squats. So from standing, take one leg far forward and the other leg far back, keeping each leg in its natural hip line or even a little bit wider, but try not to be too close so you don't feel like you're on a high wire. And center your body in between that. If you've watched my basic posture video, you'll know that I always speak about the importance of a level pelvis with the rib cage and the head stacked over the level pelvis. So go ahead and try that. And you could begin simply by bringing your hands to your waist or your hips, and think of bending from the back leg first. So front heel is always going to stay down, back heel is always going to stay up, and I'm going to bend the back leg, which is going to make me have to bend the front leg as well. Go as low as you can and then push yourself back up. Inhale down and exhale up. Inhale down and exhale up. So you'll notice I'm not lunging forward. I'm not back here. My rib cage and my head are stacked over my pelvis, and I'm just going straight up and down. Go ahead, try the other side. So big step back, big step forward, back heel up, front heel down, hips and shoulders facing in the same direction. Bring your hands here for now, or if you like, you could hold the weights in your hands at your side. And inhale, lift up, exhale. Inhale, exhale. So that's your basic lunge or split squat. Good. How'd that feel? All right, so again, I'd like you to do 3 sets of 10 to 15 before you add any type of resistance. If you want to add resistance, again, you just take the weights in your hands, let them be just right underneath your shoulders, and here we go. All right? Good. From there, we have a couple of variations. So we can do forward stepping lunges. Again, either with your hands at your hips, or if you've progressed to using some dumbbells for resistance, then go ahead and try that. And so you're going to step one leg forward, bend, and come back, exhale. Inhale forward, exhale, come back. Inhale forward, exhale, come back. Inhale forward. There you go, and so on. All right? Take breaks in between your sets. And then let's try some backward stepping lunges. So from here, you're going to step back, big giant step back. I'm going into exactly the same position as I was in my basic lunge, and then I push my leg up. Come down and push, feet together. Step back, come into your lunge, step together. One more time. There you go, you get the idea. All right. Okay, from here, starting with your legs together, let's lift up one leg, bringing the knee up to hip height as possible, and take a giant step outwards. Land that leg, bend into that leg, come back up, and back down. Let's try the other side. And up, step out, come back up, and down. Up, step out, come back up, and down. Up, coming into a side lunge, up, and down. So you could add some arms. Inhale, follow the movement of the legs with the arms. So arms and leg up, arms and legs out, arms and leg up, bring it back down. Try the other side, and up, and open, and up, and down. And if you did 3 sets of 10 or 15 here, your legs will be feeling it. So just take it easy, don't overdo it the first few times, and progress slowly. And never do these exercises 2 days in a row. Give yourself lots of time, maybe 24, 48 hours to rest. And then so Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 3 times a week for your legs, and you'll be in tip-top shape. Okay, so those are some of the standing exercises we can do. Let's look at some of the exercises we can do on our mat. So, coming onto your forearms and your elbows, and onto your legs, your lower legs, take one leg and lengthen back. From here, you're going to lift and lower. Now, I want you to brace your core. So as you lift, nothing really changes there. So try not to let it get loose and wobbly and moving things around, but keep that stable. And up. Simply doing that. Let's try maybe 10 to start. And then obviously you want to do the other side as well. And let's progress that a little bit further. So from here, lift up. Now keep that thigh exactly at that height and bend your knee at around a 90-degree angle, pushing the heel up towards the ceiling. Now curl in, contracting the hamstring, and lengthen. Keep the knee and the hip up nice and high. That's it. And obviously we would do the same thing on both sides. If for any reason this bothers your legs, you could always take your mat and roll it up lightly, and then you could have your knees on your mat as you do this. Last one, from here, bend the knee at 90 degrees, keep the leg in that posture, and then from here, think of squeezing through the glutes and pushing the heel up to the ceiling and up. It's like a little pumping action going upwards like this. And again, you'd want to do both sides. There you go. Good. All right. And a couple more. Side lying. So you can be lying down on your side like this. You could be supporting yourself like this, or you could come right up. My personal preference is to be here. Try and line up your body in the center of your mat so that your elbow, your shoulder, your rib cage, your hip, and your legs are all on the same line. So not crooked at all, but really, really straight. Tighten up your tush a little bit, activate through your abs, and then slowly start to lift and lower, activating the outer and inner thigh. So as you lift, think of engaging the outer thigh, and as you lower, think of engaging the inner thigh. So abductors, adductors, abductors, adductors. There we go. Good. Try 25 on each side. Go ahead, let's change. Oh, let me see if I can just do that. I've got a mic in my pocket. Here we go. And up. Here we go. Okay. There. I don't want to crush that mic, so I'm not going to do too many there. Good. One more. Strengthening our glutes and our backside. Coming onto our back. Bending the knees. Keeping the feet lined up with the width of our hips. Hands down by your side. Bring the feet in pretty close so that you can touch your fingertips to your heels. And from here, push up and down. Everyone knows this one. It's a great exercise. And when you're doing it, think of squeezing a little bit more through your glutes just to strengthen through there. You could also do a one-legged version, pushing straight up. And then another variation would be to take your figure 4 stretch, and again, coming up one side at a time. Good. All right. So if you have any questions, feel free to connect with me and I'll try to answer you as quickly as possible. And thank you for being here. Stay fit at home, keep moving around, keep those legs strong. Thank you.